Hi, my name is Anna Hammond, and I'm here to share with you my research on Matthew 25 Ministries as a discourse community. So, Matthew 25 Ministries is a federally registered nonprofit located only in Blue Ash, Ohio, where its members consist of volunteers, employees, and donors. Individuals and manufacturing companies donate these items such as hand sanitizers, clothes, feminine hygiene products, adult diapers, shoes, and volunteers then sort, count, and package the donated material. And Matthew 25 works to provide relief locally, statewide, nationally, and internationally to those who have been affected by natural disasters or economic or financial hardships. So, a discourse community is a group of people who share the same goals in form of written and spoken communication. There are 6 elements of a discourse community according to John Swales, who is a famous linguist. The first one is that it has a broadly agreed upon set of common public goals. Matthew 25's goal is to simply help people. The second aspect is that the community has mechanisms of intercommunication among members. For Matthew 25, these communications include radio, social media, website, postmail, email, and face-to-face interactions. The third element of a discourse community is that it uses participatory mechanisms to provide information and feedback. Max 25 uses interviews and focus groups and surveys to get this feedback and try to make Matthew 25 a better organization. The fourth element is that it utilizes one or more genres in the communicative furtherance of its aims. This is very similar to the second aspect, in that this is also the element that I focus on in my research. I focus on the genres of radio, their website, social media, email, postmail, and face-to-face interactions. The fifth element of a discourse community is that it has acquired a specific lexis. Matthew 25 uses a specific language to communicate, and it's hard to understand unless you have volunteered or donated there in the past. An example of a specific lexis is M25M, which is Matthew 25 Ministries abbreviated. The sixth element of a discourse community is that it has a threshold level of member knowledge and communication proficiency. As a new member, you do not know much about how the flow of Matthew 25 works. It's upon working there, volunteering there, or donating there that you really understand the mission and you understand how the process works and the flow of the organization works. My research question is, what are the most effective forms of communication Matthew 25 Ministries utilizes within its members? So, my research methods first started with exploring the website where I could understand the core values, the mission, and the history of Matthew 25. I then used the website to find a contact on staff to interview, which was Judy Archer, the head of public relations at Matthew 25. I then volunteered, participated, and observed at Matthew 25, which was really beneficial to see in person the impact of Matthew 25 in the communication. Volunteering and observing, I interviewed 2 volunteers, Emily Meckley, a freshman University of Cincinnati student, as well as Carol Lindemann. She's an 80-year-old volunteer who volunteers twice a month. And then my final step was I researched and analyzed forms of communication and annotated them, such as a postcard or an email. I'm now going to talk about the various effective forms of communication. The first form I want to talk about is it's effective, but it's not as popular or as effective as the other forms, is radio. Radio is not as popular as many people listen to podcasts and Bluetooth in the car or on their phones when they work out. This means that it's harder to reach an audience, though. I found that at work, Matthew 25 posted a advertisement on the radio asking for supplies and volunteering for Russia and Ukraine. The next part I want to talk about is social media. Social media is trying to reach the younger audience of Matthew 25. So the most popular platform is Facebook, and here they are informing the audience and the public about an event of free hand sanitizers and face masks. Here I pulled an Instagram post as Matthew 25 is letting its members know how their work is helping people and where their work is going. Social media is a good, effective form of communication because it allows people to like, share, and repost instantly and very quickly the information in Matthew 25. but it also is mainly for younger generations. The next form I want to talk about is their website. So here is their homepage on their website where you can, if you're a new member or you're not even a member yet, you can look at the work and how to help and the history of the organization. Here's also the slideshow that's playing on Matthew 25. So you can, it's informing its reader about what Matthew 25 is focusing on now. And then here from the website is their press center where they post their press releases. There's already been quite a few for this year, and this is a more depth explanation of how Matthew 25 is helping people, such as the tornado outbreak and what they need, exactly how to donate, and the exact things they need to be donated. Next form I want to talk about is postmail and email. So first I want to talk about postmail. This is the Easter card that Matthew 25 actually sent me last week. So this postmail really and email really appeals to the emotions of the reader and the volunteers that are receiving it and donors. So Matthew 25 is really appealing to pathos right here, thanking its volunteers. And in postmail, they also send postcards and letters informing and thanking its volunteers, informing how else they can help and thanking them for all the hard work they do and letting them know exactly where their work is going to. So email, very similar to postmail, but Carol Lindemann, one of the people I volunteered, she said she preferred email because it made her life feel less cluttered. Here is 2 examples of emails I got from Matthew 25. Over 265 million pounds of aid have been distributed. This is just informing and thanking the volunteers and donors, employees, of how much they have benefited other people, which is very nice to feel rewarded, to feel valued from Matthew 25. Here, Matthew 25 is responding to recent tornadoes, community giveaway, and more. So they're informing people of the events going on that Matthew 25 is putting on. And then also their next mission in who they're trying to help and how they're trying to help them. The last form I want to talk about is face-to-face interaction. So face-to-face interaction is probably the most important form of communication for Matthew 25. It was face-to-face interaction that I learned the mission, the true mission. I understood the mission because it's so easy to say to help people, but it's here that you understand that they really are trying to help people. You learn about the volunteers, you learn about why they came here, how they found out about it, why they're here, and you learn their history as well, like everything about them. And you may never see them again, or you might see them next week. You never know, and it's a very interesting and cool experience because I talked to those who are older than me and found out all about their previous life, like their children, their grandchildren. It's a really great way to be a part of this community. You feel the power of the community when you do face-to-face interactions. So my experience researching Matthew 25 was an extremely positive one. I volunteered there in the past, but I never really understood the true value of communication in a community. So Matthew 25 does have a problem of reaching a variety of audiences because they have to reach college students, they have to reach middle-aged people, young adults, as well as elderly people. And so that's why they have all these forms of communication, because they are vital in the success of communicating their mission to their members, as well as the public, and try to get more people in. I really appreciated the inclusivity of Matthew 25. Stepping Stones is a adult daycare for those who are mentally disabled, and Matthew 25 found a way while I was there to include them, to make them feel like they are making an impact, because they truly are making an impact when they volunteer there, and it was nice to see the inclusivity. I also very enjoyed and was interested in the impact that we were having as a community. Just in Cincinnati, we're doing all this work to help others and make people alleviate the stress, the financial stress, the physical stress that they are experiencing. So why is this important? Why is my research important? If people who like to help others found out about Matthew 25 ministry, they would find themselves wanting to volunteer or donate to the organization. They would find themselves, I think, enjoying this experience, enjoying helping others. And being a part of Matthew 25, I felt this inclusivity and this new relationship, a new impact, and a new friendships. And I think this is a great experience for people to help people. You do not even have to be religious to be a part of the community, and I think this is a great way to be a part of something. I think everyone needs to be a part of something, and this is just the perfect way to.